This is a special broadcast by Triple SFM of the Dubai World Cup. Our thanks to 3UZ in Melbourne for this broadcast.
Needle gun.
This is Bryan Martin over there in Dubai.
Now ready for the racing championship in the Middle East. We wait on the superstar Cigar to complete the line, and they'll be ready for the World Cup. Cigar is in, under starters orders, ready for the World Cup. Racing, and a good start, although lively mount, slow in the stride, and one of the first out is Danewin. The Australian horse was first to break the line, but Le Carrière has now gone through, and Le Carrière's in front now from Danewin. Lively mount picking up its ground. Hauling is prominent, and they're followed further back by Cigar. He's up in the first five. Then Tarantula as they go down the back, and 2 lengths further back in the race is Pentire. La Rocha over on the inside, and Soul of the Matter is last of all. When they start to take formation now, and going to the back straight, it's Lively Mount getting up on the inside of Le Carrière. Damon is easing back now to be running just on third. They're followed further back by Cigar. Here's fifth. They're followed over on the inside by Tamaez, tracking wide around the outside as Needle Gun as they commence the swing into the back straight. And on the inside, it's Lively Mount. Le Carrière outside it, 2 lengths further back, Hauling. Tamaez outside it. Damon is out a little wider. Cigar has now gone up. He's running about 6th, about 5 away from the rail. A length further back in the race, then came Needle Gun. They're followed by Pentire. La Rocha has dropped off, and Soul of the Matter is well back in the field as the World Cup starts to sweep away from the back straight. And it's Le Carrière on the inside, and Damewin. They're on the circle with about 800 metres to go. Damewin and Cigar. Cigar makes a line of 3 up to Damewin, and Le Carrière 2 lengths further back, Hauling. They're followed at the head of the others to the outside by Pentire. Cigar under a good rein. He gathers up the leaders when they swing for home. And in the World Cup, it's Cigar going up now to La Carrière. Damewin is under the whip back in the middle. 2 lengths to Pentire. Soul of the Matter running on. Then Tomei is followed by Hauling. Cigar in the middle has hit the front. La Carrière is gone. Pentire and Soul of the Matter. Soul of the Matter from the pack is after Cigar. Soul of the Matter racing up to Cigar at the 250-metre mark. Cigar trying to rally. Soul of the Matter, the American, going to Cigar. Stride for stride from Pentire. It's Cigar on the inside, and Soul of the Matter stride for stride in the last 150. The champ has come back. It's Cigar and Nick in front. Cigar comes back. The mighty Cigar who wins the World Cup a half length. Soul of the Matter 8 lengths away, third Le Carrière. Then Pentire, followed by Tamaez. Lively Mount, Needle Gun, Torrential. Well back La Rocha, followed by Danewin. And last of all in the World Cup is Hauling. Hauling is last in the World Cup. And the winner is the mighty Cigar. Cigar has won the World Cup. Bill Mott is right here in front of us, the trainer of the great horse. He makes it 14 in a row. Bill Mott, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Bill, he's done it. He's won the World Cup. It's 14 on end. He sat wide. He looked at awful danger from Soul of the Matter, and he's rallied back.
He fought back very hard. I mean, Soul of the Matter gave him a real tussle at the furlong pole. I thought maybe we might be beaten, but he showed that he could dig down and had that little bit extra. It's the most he's ever been challenged, but he responded well when he had to.
Great relief, Bill.
Great relief. Thank
Bill,
you.
this is a broadcast back to Australia. It is beamed to something like 1.7 billion homes around the world. You've won the World Cup. Congratulations. Keith, a tremendous win by a great champion thoroughbred.
And what a sportsman Bill Mott is. There he is. He's won the first World Championship of thoroughbred horse racing, and he had the time to come to the 3UZ microphone. He left the seats, Bryan, to go down to the presentation ceremony. Horse racing has never had an undisputed heavyweight champion. Now it has, and what a fitting champion. Cigar, 14 on the trot. He left his homeland to come here and win this inaugural World Championship. He, without doubt, is the greatest racehorse in the world today.
Without a question of doubt about that, Keith, because Soul of the Matter has headed him. There's the replay now. Soul of the Matter has got a neck in front, and these two thoroughbreds from the United States drew away for this magnificent battle, and it looked as though Soul of the Matter was going to win for America, but Cigar was able to dig deep and find what only champions find, and he has come back with Jerry Bailey to win the World Cup, and he, without any doubt, is the greatest thoroughbred racing on this planet.
Jerry Bailey is 38. He has forced his way to the top of American racing in the past 5 years. In fact, Bryan, he's established himself as perhaps the leading big race rider in that state. He's won the Kentucky Derby on Sea Hero in 93, the Preakness and the Bellman Stakes with Hansel in 91, and 4 of the last 5 Breeders' Cup Classics. But today is Jerry's career highlight. And look at him aboard now as Cigar comes back. Look, the host nation here would be thrilled with that win. They wanted to put on the championship of the world, and they've got a truly deserved winner in Cigar.
What a fairy tale it is too, Keith, because the horse sustained a hoof injury, and there was some doubt going back probably 5 or 6 weeks as to whether this horse would make the Middle East. The United Arab Emirates, His Highness, the Mark Toom family in general, were praying that this horse would come because he would make the event. The applause you can hear at the moment is for the runner-up, and that is Soul of the Matter, raced by Bert Baccarat, who certainly had victory in his grasp at the 250-metre mark. For the way I see the race, he looked as though he'd win.
He did, Bryan. He looked certain to have had the measure of Cigar, and it must have gone through your mind, as it did mine, that Cigar had missed the Santa Anita handicap as a lead-up race. And just when we thought that his fitness would be tested, we didn't count on his courage. We saw it here tonight. He is to come back to scale, and his owner, Alan Paulson, the aircraft magnate, will receive a winner's cheque of $2.4 million American dollars.
Well, there he is. He's circling in front of a sea of photographers that have come into Dubai in the last 3 to 4 days. The media contingent here is the greatest, the strongest media contingent I've ever seen in my life. And this horse is now leaving the track. He'll be extremely well received because everyone and the who's who of racing in the world have come to see the mighty Cigar. And here he is, and what a champion.
Jerry Bailey doffs his cap, and listen to the applause. There's no betting in this country, in this emirate of Dubai, but the acknowledgement of a champion has to be seen to be believed. He's coming back to a standing ovation, Cigar. Jerry Bailey, a jubilant Jerry Bailey, coming back on this wonder horse. Surely, Bryan, he ranks with Man of War and John Henry, probably ranks above John Henry now. Secretariat. This is one of the great race horses of all time, and what a privilege it's been to see him here tonight and to hear your call, the excitement that you transferred through that call. It is a memorable moment in racing.
Without a doubt, Keith, the numbers are 8, 4 and 2. 8, 4 and 2 are the placings. Officially fourth is number 11. It's 8, 4 and 2 after the running of the World Cup here in the Middle East, in the middle of the desert, in this magnificent city of Dubai. This is the most progressive city, without any doubt, in the world. This race will forge its way through to being one of the great horse races of the world. This is only year 1.
That's very true. Danewin was brave, if little else. The race became a 2-horse race with Cigar and Soul of the Matter, and in the end, it was Cigar that stood alone. He is being milled now by the literally hundreds of media here. The flashlights are popping, and the sight here in the Arabian deserts at Sheba Racecourse is something that we will not forget.
Without any question of that, Keith, it was just interesting to watch this horse because he was in trouble. Soul of the Matter had him, no doubt about that, inside the 200-metre mark. And it looked as though the favourite was facing his first defeat in some 14 race starts. But he did what we've seen some great horses do in Australia. But this horse, I can assure you, listeners, is something very, very, very special. He just dug down, he found. He's by Palace Music, so there's a tremendous Australian connection with Palace Music standing in our own Hunter Valley. He's a shuttle stallion now to the Northern Hemisphere as well. He really is a complete racehorse. I saw him here gallop and trial on Sunday night, and it was light waiting. We're here with a contingent of about 50 Australians on our tour. It was like waiting for a Hollywood star, Keith, because we waited, he came out, and he knows he's a great horse. He came from the backstretch. He stabled off the backstretch here. He came around with his pony Snowball. He stood here in front of the crowd. He looked, he turned his rump to the crowd of about 400, looked to the centre, which is a golf course, had a good look around, he pricked up his ears, looked around, looked all over the terrain, and he stood like a statue, I'd say, for the best part of 5 to 6 minutes, Bill Mott allowed him to do that. It's been a trade of the horse every morning at track work. And when the horse is ready to move, he moves, and away he went. He then went through his gallop, and he looked graceful when he completed his gallop at the end of some 1,400 metres. He looked magnificent, and he's carried it onto the racetrack tonight.
In this heavyweight championship of the world, in the end it has been an American trifecta. 1, 2, 3, 4, America. Cigar first, Soul of the Matter second, and Le Carrière third.
Yes, the presentation will take place shortly. A magnificent gold trophy. We're just watching the infield replay here, and these two horses were eyeball to eyeball down at the 250 metre mark, and only the champ could find enough. And only the champ could find enough to come back when he faced victory for the first time. It's a tremendous sight here. Alan Paulson, the veteran owner from the United States, has raced some marvellous horses, including the more recent, of course, Theatrical, and it really has had his share of champion thoroughbreds, but I'm sure this horse does eclipse those of the past. And it was quite amazing. The horse was an average horse until he turned from turf to the dirt, and he has just gone through now, undefeated at his last 14 starts in both parts of the world.
And how close, but how far for American jockey Gary Stevens. He's 33. He won the International Jockeys Challenge here in 1993. He won the previous race here tonight by 15 lengths. Gary Stevens is based in California. He rides mostly for the stable of D. Wayne Lucas. His aggressive tactics have notched him many winners in the season. He's been associated with last year's top 3-year-old filly, Serena's Song. He won the 1994 Breeders' Cup Distaff. He won the 1988 Kentucky Derby on the filly winning colours. Gary Stevens, he's the champion of by earnings in America of more than $14 million.
Just watching the replay now, Damon was the first one to break, but Le Carrière went through, headed him off, and then the Japanese horse, who wasn't brilliant out of the gates, railed up to race inside Le Carrière, and Damon was nice and handy. Oliver quickly had him up running third. Cigar in the early point of the race settled running sixth. He improved to fifth, and before the home turn, he was making a line of three with the leaders, and as I mentioned in the call, under a good hole. He went to the front, but this is a very tough run home of something like 640 metres, in excess of 3 furlongs. He was on this track for his first time, and Soul of the Matter, just watching the replay now, he settled back last. He was given plenty of time by Stevens to make his attack. He forged his attack from the top of the straight, and how close this horse has gone. I'm watching him now. He was some 3 to 4 lengths off La Rocha, going up to about the 900 metre mark, and just ambling along at the back of the field, but travelling, but still about 8 to 10 lengths off the front. And I'm just going through this replay now as we have Le Carrière and Damewin, and then the super horse Cigar. He makes the line of 3. We're about 800 metres out. A length and a half away fourth is Pentire at the moment, hauling a big flop in the race. Needle Gun couldn't find much more. And when they turn for home, back second to last now is Soul of the Matter. They come into the stretch. It's Le Carrière, Damewin under pressure. Further out, Cigar. Bailey quickly had a look over his shoulder. He had those inside him beaten. Pentire looked the challenger, and then 2 lengths away in the powder blue colours was Soul of the Matter. But now, as we get down towards the pole at the 300, it was Cigar and Bailey quickly calling on him. Soul of the Matter going up to him, Keith, and look at this finish now.
Cigar with Bailey using the whip in the left hand and is challenged by Soul of the Matter. The two great American horses settle down to fight out the finish. Cigar draws on all his qualities in reserve, and he clearly holds Soul of the Matter on the line, and a victory salute from Jerry Bailey. Jerry Bailey, one of the most popular international jockeys. He's attended all the functions here. He's given so much time to the press. He was available for 3UZ during the week, and tonight he's got his just rewards. He has won the inaugural running of the World Championship of Thoroughbred Racing, the Dubai World Cup. Cigar is the heavyweight champion of the world, and Jerry Bailey has partnered him.
Keith, the race was only sort of conceived some 18 months ago, and it really was the Mark Toom family who have guided this race through to its prominence already.
The Mark Toom family motto is never to use the phrase "it can't be done." When this race was mooted, as you mentioned, Bryan, 18 months ago, someone said it can't be done in such a short time. It has been done. There were some fingers crossed that all would go smoothly. It's a first for Dubai as the host country and the host city in the 7 United Arab Emirates. The capital of each emirate is also the name of each emirate. Racing came back to where it started here tonight at Al Shadib Racecourse. It was started, as we know, by the 3 Arab Foundation stallions. So it came back to where it started, and tonight we've seen the greatest racehorse in the world win the inaugural running of the Dubai World Cup. This is already a most successful night, and I'm sure that the win of Cigar has cemented the Dubai World Cup as the richest thoroughbred race in the world for years to come.
Thank you, Keith. The presentation in front of His Highness here and the Maktoum family is about to take place. We're just waiting on confirmation of the correct weight on the placings 8, 4, 2 and 11, 8, 4, 2, 11 on the World Cup, the Thoroughbred World Cup here in the Middle East at Dubai, the host city. So Cigar has done it. We await, as I say, the weight signal. I cannot help you with any form of margins or time. Being a foreign country, I'm not too sure as to where this information will be furnished to us. At the moment we watch Jerry Bailey. He has now remounted the Super Galloper Cigar, and so many people have flown in from all points of the world. Racehorse fans, racehorse lovers, thoroughbred lovers, they've gathered to watch this super racehorse, and without any doubt this is one of the great moments of the turf, as he is now led with Bailey up, Cigar, and he'll come out and the presentation will take place in front of the winning post. A makeshift dais has come through, and the correct weight signal is now there. It has been declared, Keith, correct weight?
Correct weight has been declared. It's official. Cigar is the world champion racer.
Okay, we leave you now from Nad Al Sheba racetrack here in Dubai after the running of the inaugural World Cup, taken by a champion. On behalf of Keith Hillier, this is Bryan Martin for the Australian Racing Radio Network saying farewell.
And Bryan, a magnificent call, as always. Bryan Martin there, of course, with the call of the Dubai World Cup. Just repeating that, first past the post was Cigar. Coming in second, Soul of the Matter. Third, Le Carrière. And fourth, Pentire. And, of course, correct weight, as Bryan just said. There's only one way to...